Now I have a question here from Derek. Derek sent in a question, and it goes a little something like this. If someone is drinking in a bar and they're intoxicated and then dies or kills someone after leaving that bar, is the bartender who served the drinks or the bar owner, could they face a lawsuit? That Derek wants to know this one. And Marty, I'm going to throw this question your way. What happens if you're drunk or intoxicated and someone dies?
Well, sure. And, we talked earlier at the beginning of the show about the consequences or repercussions people face for drinking and driving. This is one of them. And ultimately, there's individual responsibility on the person who was drinking and driving and might have caused an accident and hurt or killed someone. So, of course, that person's going to be potentially liable. In Georgia, there's a statute called the Dram Shop Act. And what that means is if you had been somewhere drinking and you were obviously intoxicated, or the bartender knew or should have known that you were intoxicated and that you were going to drive, then the bartender, as well as the bar owner, can have some responsibility. And, it doesn't matter as much how you parse that liability, because the bartender's most often acting on behalf of his employer or the bar owner. So there's going to be liability on the bar owner because of the acts of his employee. So those consequences do flow through, and Georgia does hold establishments responsible if there's reason to believe that the person they were serving was intoxicated, they overserved them, and they went out and drove. So yeah, there's potential liability across the board there.
Okay, Bubba, any thoughts?
Well, it's interesting because I've had a couple of situations where we immediately requested the video from inside the bar, and we saw that they served my client 12 drinks in a course of 3 hours. And so that really helped in a case where we had an accident. And we've had other cases where our client was underage and had a stamp on her hand from the first place she went to, which meant she couldn't drink. And she went to another place where they knew her already. She walked right through the door and had way too much to drink. And the second bar was held liable because she was underage. The first bar didn't have any liability.